What's up everyone, Damascus here straight from EVO 2023, and I wanted to talk about something I love, arcade fight sticks. There is a fight stick museum at EVO with a lot of fight sticks on display, and these are the regular fight sticks that you can buy and play with. But there's one thing I love about the FGC, it's how people can get their custom sticks. They're very unique designs, and I'm gonna go around the venue, figure out how cool can the designs be, and of course, let me know what your favorite is, and if you have a cool stick to show, definitely post it in the comments. Let's take a look, let's go to the venue. We're going around, and let me tell you, I was just walking past, and I like, this is clean, man. Like, is it completely custom made?
It is. So the company is Certain Death. Like, I'm a brand advocate for Certain Death, and it is custom made, handmade, 3D printed, laser cut, like all that stuff. We are a new arcade box company, and we are focused on making top quality arcade sticks for everybody. And so yeah.
So these are on sale in this brand then?
Yes, we are. Yeah, it's Certain Death, CERTAINDEA. Yeah, there you go. I don't need to spell it.
See, easy.
Yeah.
I really like it, man. I like the weight.
Yes, it is very
I like the buttons.
Because we are using carbon fiber and aluminum, very lightweight materials like that. But we put a lot of the weight distribution on the bottom, so it provides superior stability. And this comes right off.
That's perfect, man. I really appreciate it. I really like it, man. Thank you so much. For this. Really like it, man. Yeah. For sure. Definitely a good one. Thank you so much. I saw this guy. Can you show me how you were holding it? You were literally just holding it like this. Like, he was just holding his stick like this. This is a really cool stick. Tell me about this. Is that custom made?
Yes, custom made, 3D printed.
All by yourself? That's your project?
Yes.
Tell me about it. Like, run me through. What does it have?
It has a brook board in it, a magenta stick. It splits open, mainly because arm issues, so I feel better if my arms split apart. So that's why I, made it like this, using like some drawer rails, and then everything else was just 3D printed. I also made a custom PCB for my 6-button layout here as well. And then your start home button right here on the side, and share button, and you got your other L's here as well.
That's such a cool one. So how do you actually handle it? Because you can't open it. Do you put it on your lap, or do you put something under?
No, just on my lap like this.
That's amazing. I really like it. I hope you're doing well in tournament, and best of luck on this, because that looks super cool. Thank you so much. I've seen your clip on Twitter. What are you playing on?
So I have this old Xbox that I bought, and I drilled some holes into it, just made it into a hitbox. And, it was cheaper than buying a hitbox, so I mean.
How did you drill all of this?
So I had this cone drill. It was kind of scuffed. So I had a cone drill bit, but I didn't have the right measurement. So I had to go little by little to make sure I didn't drill too big of a hole. So just little by little, I printed the stencil online, and then just, trace it out with some pencils, and then we're good to go. So yeah.
What gave you the idea of making an Xbox 360? That is light, man. Look at this. That is light. It's empty inside. It only has the wires. It's really clean. You get to play. What gave you the idea to make an Xbox 360 into your stick?
So I was sitting at my desk one day, and I looked at my old 360, and I was like, wait a minute. I think there's just enough space in between these air vents for a set of buttons. And I printed out the stencil, and I checked, and it worked. So I went to Value Village in Canada, which is a thrift store, and I bought this the next day, and then I ordered the parts the same day, and then the rest is history,
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, can you tell me about this beauty? Because I love it.
So the whole idea of the stick is to make it very modular, very small. The bottom of the board, the bottom of the case is actually the PCB. And so the way we're able to get it so small is using Cherry MX Ultra Lows. You can check out right over here. So we use Cherry MX Ultra Low switches underneath caps. So this is actually the bottom of the actual case. So if we show this, right? And so that just comes up on top. So that comes through there. Now this piece here, this overlay of this piece here is just a modular control panel that snaps on. So to upgrade to PS5, Brooke is making a component for us. You just pop this board off, take this, and this plugs in, and you're go.
Amazing. So how did that design come at play? Because I really love how smooth it looks.
So yeah, I mean the design came up from people talking to us about our M-Press, which there's a lot of people that love the M-Press, love the size, love the feel. They kept saying to us, can you make something smaller that still has some weight to it, still has some heft? So I took up the challenge. I thought, let's not just do something like everyone else is doing, let's do it as thin as we can. So if you look at this is actually thinner than a cell phone. It's only 6 millimeters thick. And so the real goal here was to make something that was, what we like to do is make competitive products, right? Not competitive with other people, but make products that you can take in a competition and actually compete with at an event. So these switches, like I said, are Cherry MX Ultra Low. These are Alienware laptop switches. So these are high quality 60 million cycle test switches. Solid aluminum case, aluminum PCB on the bottom. So this is made to withstand a beating and really perform at top-notch levels. So that's kind of our goal, and the challenge was, how thin can you make it?
I really like it. It feels super premium as well. And the portable feeling is super good. Thank you so much for your time. That was like super amazing. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I was walking around and I saw that stick, and I have a lot of questions because that's very unique. Let's start by the first thing, the stick. What kind of lever is this? Why?
It's a golden lever, but most questions are about the length. I have really big hands, so how I hold it is this. So for Tekken, I like this. It's way more comfortable for me.
And do you get to use also like directions as well on this, or?
Yeah, I'm not doing it for this tournament, but hypothetically, I should be able to, use these and this at the same time.
Extra directions there as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not gonna use these together, but I just like having the option to, switch in between,
Is that something you all custom made yourself, or do you outsource this to someone else?
I'm using parts made by other people, but yeah, everything here, I came up with the idea. I've been working on it by myself.
And why did you end up making this? Like, well, that's your personal project? Is that because it's the most comfortable to you? Were you trying to get the most optimal stick?
Yeah, something like that. I bought the Obsidian. I love the Obsidian, but it's the new age. You got to keep upgrading, So I'm making my Obsidian the best I can be,
What kind of advantage does this give you in Tekken?
Mostly, right now, all I figured out is an easier backdash, and I like having a button right here for easy side step.
That's kind of cool. I really like it. Can we see it up close? Like, look at this. Like, I really like seeing this. I like the plate as well. That's a really cool plate. I really like this one. I wish you the best of luck for the tournament. Because yeah, if I see an opponent with this, I'm scared by default.
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Good luck in the tournament. Thank you. I've caught a Sweat in action. Jake, the Sweat, Brian, top commentator on Earth. And I know your stick's kind of cool, but for some reason you have Zane Stick. That's the same maker, and that's kind of cool, like the hitbox with all of the beers. Who makes these?
So this is made by Bear Wit, and it actually ties into exactly why you're calling me Jake the Sweat Ryan. So because of SOCD rules for Street Fighter 6, my stick is set to Street Fighter 6 SOCD, which means up and down equals neutral. In Dragon Ball, that's not very advantageous, as there's a lot of super jumping, moon jumping, and everything around. So I took the Dragon Ball player's stick because I have to play Dragon Ball tomorrow, and he had to play Street Fighter. So in a pair of sweats, we came together and decided that is how we were going to set up our sticks. So his is in not Street Fighter mode. His is in Dragon Ball mode, and mine is in Street Fighter mode. But his is obviously in God of Destruction mode, made by Bear Wit. You can find him on Twitter. Amazing product, I tell you, man.
I really like the design, man. It's really cool. I love the buttons. Like, it's quite cool on behind. Yo, that's like nice.
It doesn't slide off your lap either. Yeah. So good.
I like this. I like the weight. And I love the design. The design is like one of the coolest as well. Like, I got to love it. Only manga panels. I'm gonna go try and hunt Zane so I can get the reverse as well.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right, so we got Jake with Zane Stick. So I had to hunt Zane with Jake's stick. Why do you have Jake's hitbox?
So Jake's stick is set up on the Capcom rule requirements for the SOC for the buttons. Left to right equals neutral, up down equals neutral. Mine is set up on the last button win setup. Left then right equals right, down then up equals up, and vice versa. So because of the fact that I can't legally use that hitbox on Street Fighter, and Jake prefers to use my hitbox for the other games, for me to play Street Fighter and him for him to play Marvel and Dragon Ball, we're swapping hitboxes to get our preferred method of playing the game.
I like that. Let me see the design though. Like, this is kind of nice. Studio Ghibli, because you got the Beerus one. Yep. Jake got the Ghibli themed one as well. With this is kind of cool. That's the same model as yours?
Yes. They're both made by the same person. Yep, Bear made both of ours.
This one is really cool. I like the design.
Different
Oh, this one is heavier than yours.
This one's heavier. This one's made of a different material. This one's a much sturdier material than mine. But I wanted to avoid paying extra for airport weight, so I got the lighter one. And he's got a different style of button and a different plug than mine. But everything else, for the most part, is the same.
Okay, I like it. It's really cool. I like the design. They're really good. They're really good,
I
man.
like mine better, obviously, but it's a good one.
Yours fits you. Yours is like you, you know.
Mine matches me very well, I think.
But a good one, man. Thank you so much. Good luck in the tournament. Thank you. All right, so I was supposed to leave the venue, but I could not miss that. So not the same camera. This is my pocket camera. But tell me about this. How do I call this?
This is I'm ankle gator. People just call this the ankle box. It's similar to one I made earlier from a previous EVO. This is like a similar layout for Potemkin. And in that, I had a bunch of buttons like this, so you could slide your hand across and do a special input.
How many of these have you made? Like, what box is this even? I see cucumber written in that. What the hell is kind of box is it? Do you go to a market and get a box?
I did, yes. I went to Costco and I grabbed the free boxes they have there, and I grabbed like 4 or 5 of them. And then I get like a cone-shaped drill, and I just drill the holes inside, and then you just push the buttons in, and they don't even need any of like the screw in or anything. It just works really well.
All right, well, thank you so much. Best of luck. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Every time I think I've seen it all, something else appears. Just tell me, what is this?
Well, the big problem I have with like Hitbox style controllers was there was no second thumb button here. And I figured might as well, if I'm adding the R3 input, might as well add L3 over here. This is actually the 3rd iteration of this controller. The first one was just a piece of wood on top of a cardboard box. The second one I built out of 16 gauge steel plates and some like mahogany wood. And it was just really hard to carry around, even though I had a shoulder strap integrated into it. So this time I decided I wanted something that would fit into a laptop bag. So I just took one of the spare 16 gauge steel plates I had as a base plate, and then put on some acrylic, made this PCB out of perf board manually. KL switches have a hole, so I had to manually drill the hole into each of the pieces of perf board. Originally I had one of these small Brook PCBs, so I could solder everything to that, but I burnt a trace on it, so in a panic, I cut a hole out here so I could put a full Brooks fighting board in here. So everything's manually wired here. I hid the wires with that, and that's not the only thing that's hidden here. When I was drilling the holes here, I actually cracked the acrylic plate. If you look really closely, you can see it. So this is a structural piece of foam here.
I like that. Very DIY. Like, do you usually just like make your own controller? Is that like a thing that came out of nowhere?
I just got really excited about making controllers one day, and then once I start making adjustments to something, I don't know when to stop. So I just have to keep making new things. So the next thing after this is I have to learn how to make a PCB so I can do all of this properly, get it machined, and all of that. So eventually I'll create a controller to surpass Metal Gear.
Do you like ever 3D print anything, or is it just like stuff that you just buy and cut yourself?
I'm really waiting to buy a 3D printer. I really think I'm gonna need to buy one in the future, but there's really something about having to manually cut everything with a Dremel or a saw or whatever other tool.
Yeah, I got to love it. Yeah, mind if I handle this? I want to see the weight. That weighs a good amount. That's like heavier than it looks actually. I feel like it's quite good. Looks like it feels well. Perfect. Really good one. How is it going in tournament with this?
0-2.
Listen. Hey, we all enter. We all have fun, but better luck next time for sure. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's a really cool one. Update, my voice is dead, I'm supposed to leave, but I've just found maybe the best, most cursed input method. I'm not even calling that a stick. What is this?
The streamers, the acoustics called it the Primal Hitbox, right? Normal Hitbox runs you $500, scam. No, I'm just kidding. But this, we took a Mayflash 500 and then like $50 at a Home Depot, and then it's like a Hitbox, but I like it better because here's the thing, it's ergonomic. Can you hold this like this?
Yeah, of course.
So completely ergonomic, hand completely straight in. It's primal, it's cursed. I just went on stream and went 2-0 with it.
See, check it out.
Well, hold up. So you get all the cables, all DIY obviously.
It's so massively accessible. We used zero solder.
Zero solder, yeah.
Okay. What we did, we bought like 100 feet of cable on Amazon. We hot glued them to the keycaps, and then we snipped the ends of Mayflash connectors so that we could have a plug. We twisted them up and we hot glued it together.
Hey, this is just the Mark 1. When I make the Buster Sword...
Well, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to add a handle,
got some weight
a top.
to it.
Yeah.
It's a whole ass table when you play with it. With the Mark II, we're gonna turn it into a sword. That way I can just carry it as a scabbard. That way when I'm in bracket, I can just pull it out like this, like I'm Guts or something.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Mark II. Thank you so much.
Hey.
This is like the thickest one I've seen, I think.
Hey.
Get me the zoom, yeah?
Let me get a message. If you're a keyboard player, there is hope. Just make one of these. Follow me at, what is it? Pendragon_Percy. If you ever want any questions or anything like that, I'd be happy to help out any fellow keyboard enjoyers.
And if you need tech support since I built the thing, hit me up on Phonebookson.
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Sticks are fun. I love how you can express yourself through sticks. And of course, I had to go around all of the arcade area here at EVO. I'm gonna go play some games. There are plenty of old games to play there. But let me know, what was your favorite stick right there? Remember to like and subscribe, of course. And if you have a nice custom controller to showcase, make sure you post it in comments or on our Twitter at @Russell_GG. Thank you so much, guys. Damascus at EVO. It's time for me to go get some games. But I'll see you later with more contents.